So, hello everybody, and this is Auntie. So, it appears that the other day, Funky Dineva went live again to talk about Tamar, and we're going to talk about it because I need y'all to let me know downtown in the comments section what is common fish.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers to my new system reviews. All of y'all who have been here through the long. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie to rise. It's time for Auntie to rise. It's time for Auntie to
So, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. Happy Thursday. Hoping y'all having a great day. I apologize for not being out here last night. I am so mad because it was supposed to be no stop, don't stop December. Well, guess what? I went to Chick-fil-A and had one of their one of their peppermint um milkshake for the holidays, and I got food poisoning. Yes, I did. I was up for hours puking up, okay? That milkshake. The good thing about it is I only had a little bit, so I was up until like 11, about 11 o'clock. So I am so sorry that I missed. I know I got a bunch that's going on. So I am here to talk about this Funky Dineva thing. Let me just say, if you are here and you're in the comments section, I need you to be mindful of what you say. In the comments section, right? I'm following up because he did another video and I got to talk about it. I asked a question in the beginning of this video of what is a common fish. This is just disgusting. When I say disgusting, I mean I was disgusted. Now, you all know I don't never ever cover Funky Dineva. You all overwhelmingly got in my inbox and was like, Auntie, we want to get your um, opinion about this situation. Came out, gave my opinion. Thank you all so much for being here, being in the live, and also leaving your comments. Thank you to everybody who hyped the video. So the other day I had an opportunity to listen to his video. I was going to respond on it yesterday, but of course, like I said, I got um um food poison. But y'all, the stuff that he was saying in this recent video threw me for a loop. And I mean, when I say threw me for a loop, I mean threw me for a loop. I don't see how. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all because that's the only way I know to be. I don't see how a woman can listen to him. I don't see how they find enjoyment in the stuff that he says. Because I asked you a question about what it is, and I see someone saying abroad. Tamar is common fish. She was at a celebrity status, but now she is common fish. So are the people that watch him, the thousands, hundreds of thousands women who watch him, don't consider themselves common fish? She was at celebrity status, but now she's common fish. I can't tell you where to go. I can't tell you who to listen to. That's not my job. But my job is to make sure that I protect my own peace. And that disrupted my peace. Please be mindful about what you say in my comments, because if I see it and I think it's inappropriate, I'm going to delete it. Because this isn't a bash session over here. This is not a safe space to bash him. However, this is a safe space to have a conversation, because it is not my intention to bash him or Tamar. When you all asked me to cover this, I was like, okay, let me cover it. But this particular video had me feeling some kind of way, because it felt very icky to me, especially in the end. In the end, it reminded me of stories that I have heard and words that I know that people use in a way that appears to be, hush your mouth, little girl. Nobody's going to believe you. That right there made me think of so many people who have talked about their lives, things that they've gone through, and someone has told them, nobody's going to believe you. Do you know how many little girls and little boys are told that? You're a mistake. If you go and tell your mother what I did to you, or your daddy what I did to you, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to take your side over me. And so people learn, where in the hell, to suffer in silence, to keep their mouths shut, because no one's going to believe you. Y'all, that, when I'm telling you, when that statement was made, and I don't know if he doesn't understand how that feels to some people, or not. It absolutely was gross. it felt gross on so many levels. It struck a nerve in me. Let me come back to it. Let me come back to it. So I went over to listen to what was being said. And he began to say, I told you to leave me alone. Now, y'all wanted me to cover this? Here we go. Here we go. And some of y'all may not like me after this. Some of you all may respect me after this. Some of you may understand me and come down in the description box and let me know you do. And some of you may feel like what I said was too much. And I'm hoping that you will give me an opportunity to reply to your comment down in the comment section, long as it's respectful. We can do that. We're family over here, and we're going to have a conversation. There, in this country right now, there are thousands of people who are protesting for free speech. It is a fundamental right of people in the United States, or so we thought, but right now it is being challenged. Tamar, whether right, wrong, or indifference, has the right to speak on whatever she wants to speak on. And that ain't messing with you. Not one time did she say his name. Now, some people may say it was implied. Implied by who? But me having a voice and talking ain't fucking with you. And you can't silence someone and take their fundamental right, the right that people are fighting for right now, to have free speech. She don't have to shut up. She could say whatever she want to say. She didn't say anything that I felt was defamation of character. People got down in the comment section and criticized him and thought something. People would say she should have defended him. Let's talk about defending somebody. Y'all, I'm telling you. Her going out there and having an interview with somebody was not bothering him. How the fuck are you going to sit there and say, I told you to leave me alone? She did leave you alone. She was asked a question and she answered that the way that she wanted to answer it. She didn't call him out in the street. From what I understand, all she did was say, I gave somebody a birthday party. How is that messing you waiting on Mad Day? She can talk about whatever she want to, just like I can, just like you can, and just like y'all do downtown in the comments section. So is that bothering me? Do I have the right to come out here and spray your tea? We accept piss poor behavior from people. And then you're bothering me. You said something about me and you're bothering me. I told you to leave me alone. The fuck? And now you common fish? So all the people, I'm going to ask the question again. Are we as women just supposed to be fish? We fish now. Now, I've heard that people have used this in the past. And I know that, according to Chat GPT, let me go, because I pulled it up in Chat GPT because I was like, what the fuck is this? I asked Chat GPT, why are women called fish? What does that mean? Because y'all know I'm an old hag. So I need to know, is this the lingo? Like, what is common? What is a common person? First of all, what the fuck is that? Because I'm common. So is it a crime to be common? To be regular schmegular? Everybody's not fantastic. But we all are fantastic in our own right and among our people and in our community. But just because I'm not, y'all, my glasses is jacked up. It got my nostril. And I don't care. So I asked ChatGPT, can you please tell me what is a common fish? ChatGPT said, I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, ChatGPT said, I don't know what you're talking about, a common fish. But there are two origins origins on why women are called fish. It says this has two different origins depending on who is using it in what culture. The negative origin, slang, misogynistic usage. In some male groups, especially online or in toxic environments, women have been called fish as an insult to dehumanize them and a way to talk about them like they are prey. I'll be getting to it, Truth. We're on a whole different subject over here right now. I'll be getting to it. Thank you for asking, Boo, and for being here. They said some men use it to imply that women are plentiful, replaceable, easily caught. This is not a respectful term. ChatGPT said there's another negative meaning, Auntie. Some men use fish to refer to the natural scent of a female body. It is not factual, but is meant as body shaming, an insult, and is not grounded in the truth. Women are not fish, and their natural feminine scent is normal and varies by person, hygiene, diet, and health. They also said that it is used in the LGBTQ ballroom drag culture as a positive term. Fish or fishy in their culture is a compliment. It means looking extremely feminine, passing as a biological woman, serving real girl energy. They give ChatGPT gives two examples. She's giving fish, or that look is fishy. So The meaning depends entirely on the context. Straight men, insult. Drag queen, queer culture, compliment. General, rarely used, often misunderstood. I couldn't understand why this woman has been reduced to someone who is antagonizing him. I don't understand it. And I don't understand why this woman or any woman would be told that her parents made a mistake birthing her, that she was the worst mistake. I don't understand why you know that Tawanda Braxton, in my opinion, is a motherfucking liar. You know that this girl is having problems in her relationship with her family, that they're toxic and dysfunctional and you take the opportunity to use them to hurt someone you was hanging around on multiple occasions. That speaks more to you than it does to that person. Because if you knew that this person was in a inappropriate relationship and you stood around and you hung around and you hid it and you did this and you was kikiing kakan and you was with them on several occasions, that speaks to you. I don't know where you think you at, but sweetie, you're on my page. And you don't tell me where I'm wrong and where I'm right. You can get the fuck up out of here quickly. Now, Ray Della may not have gotten rid of your ass, but I did. And I'm looking. You take that somewhere else. Because I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm talking off of what I heard today. You don't threaten me. The We got selective anger. But I'm not even talking about that anger. I'm talking about what the fuck is a fish? A common fish. And what is wrong with being common? And what makes somebody extraordinary? We all fucking people. I don't want nobody calling me fish. And that ain't got shit to do with Tamar. She may be a problem, and so is he. From what I am understanding, he's always in some type of conflict and chaos with women. I remember back in the day, way back in the day, when I first got on this platform, he had a friend named Michelle A.T. Alien, I think, who used to run a blog and is now a YouTuber, who opened up her motherfucking home And how'd that work out for her? She's sitting out there crying because there's dogs all over her house. She's sitting out there trying to get her money back, alleging that stuff is gone out of there. I got these comments. I'm looking at the comments, Raydell. I need you to look at them too, because what somebody ain't gonna do is tell me what to say on my channel. He has a pattern, in my opinion, from just what I saw. And again, this ain't got to do with Tamar. This got to do with the person that I saw today that sits out there. What where was it at? And says that this girl set him up. He was the dummy. Okay. Her album ain't doing good. I don't know. I looked at the little video. It's a piece of to me. I've never been a big Tamar fan. I like one song that Tamar's ever done, and that's Winter Sleigh or Wonderland or whatever it is. Other than that, I don't like her. She's not somebody I follow. She's not somebody I'm loyal to. Okay, so let's get that straight. Number one, he's just out there at 25 minutes and 32 seconds. He says, "Leave me alone, lady," because she went on somebody's channel and opened up her mouth, and now she's bothering with him. We got to be bigger than this. We got to be bigger than this, y'all. I'm sorry. As a content creator, you got to be bigger than this. How many people does he come out and drag? I remember when he dragged the little girl Blue. Is her name Blue, y'all? Beyonce's daughter. For what? She a little girl. But anyway, he came out and said, "Leave me alone, lady." And you know what? You're right. It is unfortunate that other fat people's families and whatnot get affected by this situation. I hate whatever this may have caused for Yandy and her family, because Yandy already catching all types of hell down to the love and hip hop, so on and so forth. And I feel bad about it. But on the flip side of things, Yandy, I want to apologize to you if you getting caught up in this, but at the very end of the day, Yandy, it's also my responsibility to protect you. But it's Tamar's responsibility to protect him. Make that make sense. Make that shit make sense. If you can't protect this woman and her kids, Tamar's supposed to protect him? Get the fuck out of here. Touche. Protect yourself. Since Yandy got to protect herself, she an innocent bystander. Her and her children. And he says it ain't his job to protect her, but it's Tamar's job to get her ass out here and protect this grown man. What are we doing? I'm sorry, what are we doing now? So what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander? Now I understand people who are loyal to him, and I don't have no problem with that. But make it make sense. People are saying it's Tamar's fault. It's Tamar's fault. Tamar did this. Tamar did that. Tamar did. He sat there and witnessed it and was going to cover it long as it could be covered. And at the end of the day, guess what? Who gives a Either you gonna believe her story or you not. He is out there spraying her tea. He's not putting it all on the street because as a content creator doing this for a couple of years, I already know he got more. I hate to say it, but he got more for her. And every time she opened up her mouth and uses her right to say what she want to say, right? He gonna throw some more out there. And in about 2 years, maybe a year, they'll be friends again. And everybody that went and took a side gonna have to step to the side. Because this appears to be who he is. As I was saying earlier, I watched the stuff that was going on with him and Michelle Atalian. I felt absolutely horrible for that woman. Horrible. Because we all got friends that we would be devastated if they did that to us, rent our place. That's why I didn't rent my other house to anybody I knew. I was going to, and I was like, I'm going to have to one day want to sit across from the table with you, to have dinner, to have fellowship, to have drinks or whatever. And if you play around with my money, we're not going to be able to have that relationship. So, no, let me rent to a complete and total motherfucking stranger. I'd rather it be a stranger danger. I don't understand how it has gotten to the place with a mama in it, saying that the mama regret that was the worst mistake that she ever made was having her. Like we gotta go that gutter. Like it's that serious. So then what's more to the story? There's gotta be something more to the goddamn story because y'all asked me to cover this and I'm not understanding what is the real problem here. I know that people are saying that, because of what Tamar said and what Tamar did not say, that people thought he had something to do with her teeth being knocked out of her mouth. And Tamar came out the way that Tamar does, because Tamar is an exaggerator in my opinion, and she's a liar. We know each other by our works. We know that there are times when everybody, including you and me, can be honest, and times when we are dishonest. It depends on what is going on with us, whether or not we feel like we can tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, with no repercussions, right? And no judgment. Tamar, according to Funky Dineva, Funky Dineva was saying she set him up in order to sell, this little album or whatever, EP. I don't know what Tamar doing. He said he felt like he got bamboozled, hoodwinked, and that this was part of the plan to bring him down into this. Now, I don't know because I ain't been there. I'm only speaking off of what I saw, and what I saw hurt my heart because I have thought about so many people who have been told, right? This is the part that really bothered me. To tell somebody nobody believes you, it made me think of when I used to work with some victims who were told that and went through things in their lives, right, as children, male and female, who were told no one's going to believe you. So you go and you tell your mother, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody. That hit me there because it took me to another place of where people have had, right, of things that happen to them. I'm trying to watch my language out here downtown to the YouTube, but People have had experiences where they have been told that, and that you don't matter, and what you say nobody believes you, and that you're just a common person, you're lower than the scum of earth. Like, it's not that goddamn serious to me, especially since we know that Tamar has probably been told that. Y'all, what is wrong with my thing? But he already said, okay, can I just deal with this? Can I just answer this real quick? Baby, I'm not pointing you out, but I just wanted, I got to answer this question. Auntie, she let people attack him when he had nothing to do with it. But I just read to you, maybe you weren't here, but I just read to you where he told Yandy it ain't his responsibility to protect her and her kids who don't have nothing to do with this. It's at, so you can't have it both ways, baby cakes. And I'm just using that because you're not the first one to say it, so I don't want you to think I'm picking on you. He said at 26 minutes and 3 seconds. Okay, let me be perfectly clear. Yandy, I don't have nothing against you. I never, all the children that's involved or the family involved. I hate that children and families is involved. Don't nobody want defects and fault, whatever he says, right? So he says at 25 minutes and 39 seconds. I hate, no, let me go up further. 25 minutes and 32 seconds. Leave me alone, lady. You you know what? You're right. It is unfortunate that other people's families and whatnot get affected by this situation. I hate whatever this may have caused for Yandy and her family. 25 minutes and 45 seconds. Yandy already catching all types of hell downtown to the love and hip hop and so on and so forth. And I feel bad about it. But on the flip side of things, Yandy, I want to apologize to you if you getting caught up in this. He got caught up in her stuff, right? Okay. But at the very end of the day, 25 minutes and 57 seconds, Yandy, it also ain't my responsibility to protect you. It's not my responsibility to protect you, an innocent bystander. Now, baby cakes, hey, sweetie, she said, Auntie, she let people attack him when he had nothing to do with it. Yet it's okay for him to let people attack Yandy and her kids when she has nothing to do with it. That's my point. That's my point. How can you want something that you pull your hands back and say, I don't have no blood on my hands? I'm sorry, Andy, but hey, it ain't my responsibility. But yet and still, he's supposed to be protected, and that's Tamar's responsibility. Just like he's letting Yandy and her kids be a casualty of this, Tamar did the same thing. Touche. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. If it's all right for him, it's all right for her. Fair exchange, no robbery. What piece, Nikki? If I drop the link, would you tell me what piece I'm missing, Nikki? Tell me what I'm missing. Because I don't know about everything. My people have asked me to cover it, and I covered it, but I saw this and I saw the other stuff, and I saw a person being called a common fish, and I take exception and offense to being called fish or common. I'm just a regular person. That doesn't make me common. What pieces am I missing? What pieces am I missing? What pieces am I missing? He done already went out there and spilled her tea. He knew who Tamar was. From my understanding, he's been around these celebrities for a long time. He knew who she was. At least I did. I cannot. And I ain't trying to start no war in my comment section. I don't want to be at war with y'all. But I'm looking at it from an outsider looking in who doesn't have a dog in the fight. I'm someone who's on the outside. Y'all asked me to come in there and look, and I'm coming in and I'm looking, and I'm saying, okay, there is a pattern of behavior between both of them. Both of them have a pattern of behavior. Okay, let's come a little closer, Auntie. This is the circumstances and the situation that he is articulating. Not her, he is. He's the voice of this right now. I listened to his video the other day. I listened to his video yesterday. And I listened to it again today. I have the transcript of what he said brought up. So there's no part of this I'm missing. I don't understand where I am missing something. I've not heard her attack his person. Maybe I'm missing it. Let me know. Now, Tamar had a letter that she put out there. She says, this summer I poured my heart into Heartbreak Renegade. In my opinion, the little mini series video I saw was some garbage. It was some straight garbage. I was like, what kind of renegade book is this? Okay. She says, a project that includes a 6-long EP and a short film. Then she says, seeing it reach #1 on iTunes R&B. Okay, so now I understand what he is saying. Did she use him in order to cause controversy to get this little people to know about this? Because I don't know why it reached the #1 on nothing other than the conflict between her and Funky Dineva. So when he says earlier in his video, get to it, Auntie, get to it. He said it very early on. He said, at 19 minutes and 22 seconds, he said, I've been told something asks us to leave me the hell alone. At 19 to 15 seconds, he said, and then if y'all notice, the statement got less to do about the gossip and more to do about the album. He said, I feel like a big dumbass right now. I really do, because I feel like you roped me into all of this for this moment to promote that damn album. It's all making sense to me now. It's all making sense because the way you were overly flirty and the way you and Zoe kept trying to probe me with questions, with stuff with man DCs, I really feel like you were setting me up to tell it, and my dumb ass fell for it. That stopped at 19 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, based on what she has in this letter, I can understand him saying that because she said, seeing it reach number one on the iTunes R&B charts and top 20 overall has meant the world to me and my team. Your support has been incredible. That's why it's especially painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week, accusing me of having an inappropriate relationship with my male co star. Let me be clear, this is a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalism. She said, but Braxton added that the rumors not only affect her and Harris, but their loved ones. Now she goes into these rumors don't touch me, they touch our families. While that's true, while that's true, right? I can see why he thinks this was a plan from the beginning because she linked it, in my opinion, in that notice. But won't he supposed to be in it? Now, I'm understanding that he was supposed to be in it. Then they dropped him. She dropped him. She dropped him and put the girl in there. So, did she tell him she dropped him or she just dropped him? That's where I can see where he's connecting it. And maybe he mad because she just dropped him and didn't do it in a professional way. But I see why he would step back and say, you know what, this was a setup from the get up. This was a setup to sell that renegade book. Now that's my opinion. Y'all may be Tamar fans, and that's fine. Okay, you like who you like. But when I looked at that mess, I was like, what kind of non-acting bullcrap is this? And I couldn't even understand the songs. Because I was like, the acting was so bad. The acting was so bad. Even my said it was bad. Let's see if the other one agrees. It was horrible. But the thing about it is, if she was a common person, why was he hanging around her? He was hanging around a common person. And you know what? I looked up what is a common person, and I'm proud to say I'm a common person with an outstanding personality, a wonderful heart. I don't mind being common, but I don't want to be a fish. I don't. I don't smell fishy. My pH balance is fine. And I know they say that in some circles it is a positive thing according to ChatGPT, but I don't want nobody to call me a fish. I also don't want anyone to drag my parents in it. It's all right with Tony and Tamar and Tawanda and Trina, but the parents, because now that makes me sit back and question your relationship with your parents, because for me, the way I grew up, parents are off limits. They don't have shit to do with this. And to sit there and tell somebody nobody believes you, some people do believe her. But in my opinion, it's a way to control the narrative and to control the story. And that's what broke my heart. So I don't understand why it just always seems like to me, from just the stuff that I've asked around about and things that have been dropped in my DMs. And thank y'all so much for letting me know some things in my DM. It's always something. And I swear I remember the Michelle thing. Like it like because I was just starting off and I was like, golly, this what you gotta go through? And how that woman just got dragged, it got called. I mean, and how he denied that the stuff happened and all of that. And then she won a judgment. And then I remember her having to chase her fucking money down. And I just was like, oh my God. Oh my God. This was her friend. Then she was accused of going out and she was smelling, fishy and stinky. And I was like, so as your friend, as my friend say, hey, auntie, is your pH balance off? But if a person really love you, they can ask you that, right? But if you don't really love me, rock with me, lean with me, you better not ask me no shit. But there's a way of saying that, you know what, a friend, we got sister girls that we encourage. Hey, girl, make sure you go and get your mammogram. Girl, did you get the girl? Especially at women my age, right? We're talking about menopause, and we talk in an environment where it's safe. But for somebody to use it as a weapon to say you fishy, like maybe I'm just out of touch because of my age, but I don't think so. It was meant as a derogatory in the way that he said it. It was meant derogatory. And if I were to follow him, right, and I'm just talking from my perspective because I got a right to do that. From my perspective, I would be saying, you just don't have no respect for me because I wouldn't call you derogatory things that people use to describe some men. I would never do that. Not even on Mad Day. I may call you some other stuff, but I'm not going to call you that on Mad Day. And if she was common fish, why are you hanging with her? Why are you hanging with her? I don't understand. I don't understand why. It's just some lines I wouldn't cross. That's all, y'all. I wouldn't. And I know that some people feel like all is fair in love and war. And I know that some people feel like you come at me, I'm gonna come at you. I know that some people feel like that. I know that there are times that I felt like that. Y'all know I will drag a bitch quick. But I am learning that it's some stuff just ain't that serious. I watched a YouTuber today who I love. I won't call her out. But she was like, this is just stupid. And I was sitting there thinking like, yeah. Because he has other topics that he can talk about and going back and forth with her. And then I just don't like the fact that she can never say nothing. She never mentioned his name. And I know that if you know what's going on, you know what's going on, right? If you know, you know. She don't have to mention his name. She's alluding but she got a right to say what she want to say, just like he does. And she hasn't dragged him. She hasn't. She has not dragged him and brought any of his tea out. She hasn't. And I know that people have said different things about him and, made accusations and stuff like that. That's what people do, especially, when you're a content creator and stuff. People will make stuff up about you, don't really know you. But I just wish that this wasn't playing out on social media the way it is. And I know y'all wanted my insight, and I hope that I did give y'all my insight on my first one. But I don't understand why this has gotten like this. Because the people that are ride or die with Funky Dineva, they ride or die with Funky Dineva. And those are the people who don't believe. The people who are ride or die for Tamar are the people who are ride or die for Tamar, and they not gonna believe Funky what Funky says. But then you got the people who are in the middle like me, who don't have a dog in the fight, who are just looking from an outsider's perspective, listening to what he is saying and listening to what she is saying, and being able to be in the middle and make an educated decision about what you believe and what you don't, who are able to come in with no, like I said, no favoritism and say, okay, she did the wrong thing. But this is who Tamar is on the show. This is who Tamar is on Instagram. One of the things that I agree with him about, because you can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree on everything. Because there were some points that he made that I was like, that's true. And one of the things that he said was in his dialogue yesterday, was it yesterday, y'all? I don't know. He said, who busts all their teeth out the front of their mouth, goes on social media, they take their butts on social media, refuses to go to the hospital, and they almost died. Now we ain't talking about. I don't, Liz. I don't need to dig no deeper. Are you not listening, Liz? I already said that. I don't understand how I'm not communicating that. How am I not communicating that? Are you listening to me, or are you hearing me or listening to me, Liz? If I'm not saying, yes, Funky, yes, Funky, you read her as, oh my God, Funky, yeah, y'all confused? I'm still the same Auntie Liz. There are some things that I agree with him on, and some things I don't. I don't agree with him calling women common fish. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with him calling women common fish. I don't agree with him bringing her parents into it. Because I gotta lay it out. I don't agree that Tamar needs to cover him when he ain't covering Yandy and her kids. because he said that ain't his responsibility. So therefore, for exchange or robbery, it ain't Tamar's responsibility to cover him. I don't agree that Tamar, by having answering a question, is fucking with him. I don't agree with that, and I ain't gonna never agree with it. And I said what I said. There are some points that both of them have. I was trying to get to it, but my boo Liz was like, "Auntie, look, you need to." Mm-mm. I'm sitting out here as a person in the middle and saying I agree with some of the stuff that he said. He made some very poignant points. However, however, it was the other stuff, in my opinion, it was the other stuff. You're just common. You're just common fish. And I'm thinking, okay, so what are the subscribers then? Because if we ain't famous, are we common? Because some of us in our personal life do some extraordinary things. And we may not ever have the crowd that either one of them had, but it doesn't make us common. And then again, what's wrong with being common? Is that a crime or a sin? Is that something you should be ashamed of? If you're the manager at Chick-fil-A and you are taking care of your children. I remember working at a freaking Wawa's, driving all the way across town, working at Wawa's to take care of my baby. Does that mean I'm a common fish? Does that mean I'm a common fish? Because I do the best that I can with what I have, and now I'm a common fish. That's what I'm talking about. And as I said, I cannot sit with somebody who refers to me as a common fish. I don't want to be called a fish. I don't deserve to be called a fish. I'm not a fish, and I don't smell fishy. And as a woman at my grown ass age, I take offense to anybody who would sit in my face or get my like click in my view and call me a goddamn fish. What you saying, baby? I think what funky man about Tamar being common. Oh, meant. Okay. Girl, you was typing fast. I think that what Funky meant about Tamar being common is that if she would use her talents, she would be doing better than what she's doing now. But no, he said she was a common fish. He didn't. But I don't understand, Miss Newbie and Mahogany. What does her talent have to do with her being a fish? What are you saying, Nikki? I think that's why she's missing what a few of us are saying about missing the nuance. I think so too. Now I agree with that. They both dragging this out because I ain't talking about this no more. I'm not, because I don't have to. I feel like I'm trying to defend myself, and I don't have to defend myself. It's America, and right now we have a right to freedom of speech. And I'm not trying to drag Funky down or her, but I do remember. I do remember. I'm out of touch, but I ain't that goddamn out of touch. I know what I heard. I know what I heard. I know what I heard. I just think certain things are just off. So let me see. Let me take some. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna drop the link. Um, uh, if your face is not on the screen, do not click on it because I'm not going to have the conversation with you without seeing your face and making sure that you are who you say you are and that you ain't gonna be up to nothing. My hand is going to be on that button to remove you if I even think, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you bring people up and they do different things. I would like to hear what y'all have to say because I'm coming from a whole different generation, right? And I am, and then the thing about it is, right now he's sick. He should be concentrating on getting well. And I know that, um, and I think it's unfortunate. And my heart is praying for him because, as you all know, I'm dealing with a couple of people who have serious medical issues. In my family right now, going to radiation chemotherapy with them and stuff like that. And so I understand, and it did touch me that he says that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. One of my very, very close friends, we've been friends for over 40 years, had prostate cancer. So I know, this is not a good time for him. He need to be like at at peace, okay? Nikki, if you can show yourself on the camera for me. Let me see. Okay. All right. So you don't want to be on the screen? Is that what it is, Nikki? Okay. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Auntie. Hey, Chat.
Hey, no, Nikki B, what the did you
Girl, we
what
out
are
here.
you talking about? Let's
You
talk.
got me windmilling for my life in these comments. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Nikki.
So I understand what everyone is saying. I
Mhm.
think when I'm saying that, I think that you're missing the nuance. I think because you're strictly talking about this last video that he did.
I did the other one too.
Yeah, no, that's old girl. I'm keeping up with all of it. But
Okay.
I mean, like right now, the thing that is really bothering me about the
Okay.
situation is that Tamar started all of it. Let's just say the situation. Let's just say the whole I woke up in a pool of blood, my teeth are knocked out. Me personally, I didn't pay much attention. I never paid Tamar much attention. But
Okay.
once we all, knew that Funky was out with her the night before, we all know Funky has been very honest about his previous, use of that narcotic. So when you know that, okay, two people are
What
out,
narcotic? Because I don't know. So you talk to me like
okay.
I
So
know.
see, girl,
So
okay, see, let me tell you. So Funky back in the day, I think maybe probably around the time he was messing around with Michelle ATL and when he
okay,
was on all of that mess.
okay.
Yeah, he used to do drugs, that, the
Yeah, they
snowflakes
said
and
he was he do cocaine.
formerly, I believe, according to him. I don't think he do it no more. I know he still do the marijuana, but yes, he used to be out in the world, as they say. Okay. So
Okay,
that's the
he
reason.
saved. Where he to go? He saved.
I doubt it. No, ma'am. No,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay, you say he used to be in the world. You know the old church folks say that. I used
Oh,
to be in
girl,
the
I get
world.
that from Macy Gray from the Colored Girls, out in the
Okay,
world, girl. So
okay,
I
Nikki. Okay, go
think
ahead.
because Funky
Mhm,
has that reputation,
mhm,
admittedly, that's on him. He has that reputation. We know that they were out. It was his birthday weekend.
mhm.
People who have money, people like Funky Tamar, it would not surprise me if they got really twisted the night before. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So when
okay.
she said that her teeth were knocked out, um, hey, you can fall. I've fallen before, slipped on the carpet and fell hard as hell and had to go get stitches in my mouth. But the point is that for you to fall so hard, knock your teeth out, wake up in a puddle of blood, and then say you don't know what happened to you, that would make people assume it
Mhm.
had to be some type of blackout. Most people black out drunk, or if they black out when they, get too much of the good stuff.
So then what
So
does that have to do with Funky?
because they were out for his birthday the night before she put that post up. And it was videos when they were coming into the club. So you saw that when she was coming in and he was behind her and he didn't look that interested and the signs were up saying Tamar.
Okay.
So that was the video. That was the night before she allegedly woke up with her mouth busted out. So that was the reason why people were thinking, okay, you were just with Funky Dineva less than 24 hours ago, supposed to be celebrating. We know he used to get down in the powder. You don't seem wrapped too tight all the time. So, it could stand the reason that y'all had a real, real good hangover time. And who
Okay.
knows, did something happen and maybe you hurt yourself and he didn't want to be implicated. So he just left you. All of this was going on social media. So it's not that Funky was just making this story up, saying, look at what she done put me into. People were
But
all
she
over. So,
didn't. I don't see how. Okay, so let me stop you right there, Nikki,
okay.
please.
Yes,
And we're
ma'am.
going to keep the dialogue because this dialogue is good for me. Nikki, I don't understand that if you fuck with me
Mhm.
and you think that you know me, why you would ever think that I had something to do with it. People who really follow him and think that they really know his character, right? Because they don't know his character. Why would they automatically assume he had something to do with her teeth falling out?
So it wasn't so much that, it's the fact that
Okay.
you have it's just like, okay, if you have somebody who used to be an alcoholic, right?
And that
And
ain't
then
gonna I'm not gonna attribute that to that person. Be like, girl,
it's not
you
that you might not, but I'm telling you what was actually taking place in these internet streets. That
know,
wasn't
okay.
my
Is
assumption.
this
That
about
was
content creators or people commenting in the comment section?
people commenting in the comment section, people
Okay.
all over social media, people all over
Okay.
the post that she put up about it. Oh, well, she was with Funky. So people
Wait a
were
minute, Angie, and wait a minute, hold on. Angie B 9959. Don't tell me to use common sense. I use common sense all day long and every day. Ain't nothing dumb about me. Nikki is trying to tell me what's going on. Common sense ain't always common sense. And I don't know neither one of them ain't got a dog in the fight.
God
Okay?
damn it. You can uncut
Go
your
ahead,
eye, auntie. She
Nikki.
see you, girl. She see you, girl.
Go ahead,
So
Nikki.
the thing is that is what was actually being said about
Oh, okay. Wait
Funky.
a minute, hold
People,
on. Let me apologize. I apologize, Angie. Because when I saw it, I thought you was talking about me. I, I was like, wait a minute, I get tired of using common sense. Okay, Angie, I apologize. That's
and she
why I
said,
need to
"Now how
stay
I
out the
get it?"
comment section. Ray Della, you supposed to tell me, Auntie, stay out the comment section. I got this. I apologize, Angie, because I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, go ahead, Nikki.
Okay, so my thing is that if they are supposed to be friends, now granted, I think it's a superficial friendship and all of that, but if
Yeah,
we're supposed to be friends,
yeah.
you invite me out, right? Now he was already out
Okay,
of town for his birthday, he's back in town. So, it's just like, oh, I'm in your neighborhood, let's do something. Let's go grab a cocktail or something like that. From what it appears, it seems like Tamar, she would
okay,
invite Funky, whoever this Zoe person is, a few other people so that
okay,
she can make it seem like her and Mendices are hanging out in a crowd, like they're not individually, just hanging out together on their own. So I
okay,
think when the situation happened and she wakes up and puts up this post, which in my heart of heart, I don't believe, um, not because, Tamar is just insane to me. It's the fact that I've only had two wisdom teeth pulled out. I It was a mess. It was a mess. Your face is gonna slightly swell. So imagine if you fall so hard to knock your teeth out. She said she woke up and it was blood and teeth everywhere.
how
And
many
she does,
teeth did she lose?
I don't know. If she said blood, I'm gonna at least say 2 to 3. But the thing is, she didn't lose a damn thing because she was out the next day. She was at the club. She was all on some in Facebook Live something, doing her makeup, talking, moving her mouth just fine. It's just not possible. I've gotten a deep cleaning before that had me sitting there quiet for a few hours. It's just
Yeah,
not
now I had that. Now I hate that scaling. You had scaling.
the scaling. I've had
I
a
have to
root
do scaling,
canal,
but I
wisdom teeth.
yes, okay. And I know that I've had some work done on my mouth that I'm telling you right now. Well, I go to a plastic surgeon now to get my teeth done. Because I had so
Hmm.
much trauma as a child. I can go in there. First of all, I be underwater. You know, he changes the whole atmosphere, the office.
Hmm.
And I'll come out there and don't have no damn pain. My other dentist that I have pain associated with him. He's an expert because he's a top plastic surgeon who does dentistry. And so
Now,
now with him, I've had surgery done on my mouth and have done alive the same day. That's how good he is. But I'm not saying that's what happened. So basically, Funky is so Nikki. Here's what I'm hearing you say. Funky was with her.
hmm,
She got her mouth tore up allegedly.
hmm,
She went on social media and said, "I almost died."
hmm.
When did Funky come in? Did Funky bring himself in,
The
or did
next, yes.
Tamar bring? Okay, the
So
next day. Go ahead.
technically, Funky, he brought it up because I believe it was that same day that she posted that post about she almost passed. When he did his live that next, the next live he did, I believe the same night, he brought it up because everybody was asking, what happened to Tamar? We know you were with her last night. What happened? What happened? And that's when he said, I don't know what happened to that lady. And he said it very flippantly. I watch Funky all the time, so I knew that that's just the way he was talking. It wasn't
And
like,
see, and
I
you
don't know.
know, people like me don't know.
Right. So see, that's why, I'm not here to make excuses or none of that stuff, but that's the way that he talks. Like it's just the way that, every commentator they have, they little thing, so I didn't think anything of it, but he was saying she texted him saying, was Dr. Heavenly phone number or something like that. Um, but as it progressed,
People
she
really
kept,
go to Dr. Heavenly.
that should also tell you it's a damn lie. The whole thing is a lie that she
People
said.
go to Dr. Heavenly for dentistry for real.
I think they actually do. Yeah, they
Oh,
actually do. Yeah, but
okay,
for
Nikki,
what
I'm gonna
she,
believe you.
but for what she's talking about,
Mm-hmm.
she needed to go to more than likely a plastic surgeon for what
Okay,
happened for her.
okay.
And but just aside from the fact that she lied, if me and you as friends, you invite me out for my birthday. Turns out you're just using me as a buffer to not make it seem like you sneaking around with this married man. And then you come out with a story about what happened with your mouth the very next day. You had time. This is what I don't understand about these people. You have time to post that you not woke up in a pool of blood. Now, I don't post on social media when I feel like I'm about to die. That's just, I don't, if I have a
Yeah,
head
me.
cold, I don't post. I just don't understand. It's attention seeking on its own to even post that. But then to
But let
post
me
it,
ask you a question though, Nikki.
mhm.
Is he not attention seeking, always wanting to be around celebrities?
Oh, absolutely. But what
So
I
it's all
will
right for
say,
him. So wait a minute, let me just add. So it's all right for him. It's not fair exchange, no robbery. He
so I
used them,
think,
they use him.
so that can be true, but I'm not applying that to this Tamar situation. See, I'm looking
Okay.
at this as an isolated situation with
Only
Funky.
reason why I'm saying that, Nikki, is because I need you to answer a question for me.
Okay.
Was he or was he not supposed to be on her in her little mini thing?
He was at least the version I saw.
So okay, so let me ask you another question. Had he still been in it and not cut and replaced with this girl L'Oreal, would we be here?
Absolutely. We would be here because one, that whatever the hell that thing was that she made, I had secondhand embarrassment. It was really hard to even look at it. It was acting was horrible. It was ridiculous. It made no
It was
sense. I
horrible.
don't see
It
it.
was horrible,
I don't
but
see it.
he kept silent. He kept silent
And that's
until
the problem.
allegedly. Yeah, exactly.
That's the now see now this is where that's the problem. I think it's wrong for when you fall out with a friend to air out any information that you knew about them, that they told you, confided in, that you came across when you all were friends. I have fallen out with people that I was best friends with since the day I was born. And all these days, I have not said a word because for what? For what? But the point is, if Funky would have did this last video made about her, if that would have been his first to second video about it, when he asked her to come out and clear this up, people are thinking that I did something to you, that I let something happen to you. Just come out and say, hey, I don't know what happened to me, but Funky, he wasn't even there. He had already went home. If he would have given all of this and aired out all of the business, I would be in nothing to say about it. Not a thing. Because you don't get to invite me out for my birthday as a beard to hide your affair and then make up a story about you injuring yourself. And once you see what the general public is saying about the situation, because you were so vague, you knew that you almost died. You don't know how, you don't know what, you don't know who, you don't know none of it. You don't got none of the W's. You can post that online. You can post about your album, and I'm asking you to post as my friend. People, he is well aware of his reputation. People know I used to be into the drugs and stuff. It wouldn't be far. People are saying this, that could affect business deals for him. People can want to, treat him. I mean, people already think he don't like black women. Can definitely impact him, but just as a friend, if I know, even if I'm telling a lie, if the lie get twisted around and somehow one of my friends is about to become collateral damage, wait a minute, wait. No. No.
But he was,
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
but here's my problem with it, Nikki, and I really do appreciate you taking the time. Here's my problem with it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have covered none of it. Because for people like me who are standing in the middle and
Mm-hmm.
don't none of this background information you giving me, he was part of the cover up. He was willing to cover the inappropriate if the inappropriate behavior and relationship bother him, why he
He
cover
shouldn't.
it?
He shouldn't have been there. And the same thing, just like
Okay,
you
no,
said.
I'm asking you.
Oh no,
So
you
why
right.
did
No,
he
you are
cover
there.
it? And
That's
then,
my
so
point.
that's
He
why
shouldn't have
it
been
looks
there.
like to me, right? And that's why it looks like to me now we at Mad Day,
Mad Day is
and
here.
now you
Yes.
letting it out.
Yeah.
So you
That's what
want
I'm
a
saying.
friend, just like she want a friend. Y'all
And
were
that's why
friends
it's a superficial relationship.
yes,
Tamar
between both of
technically
them. Between
take
both of them.
between both of them. But I will say, I think that, calling her fish and all of that, that's something that,
No,
I
he
watch.
called all of us fish. It
He
wasn't
ain't,
just her.
ca- he ain't called
He
me
called
fish.
her common. He called her common fish. You're supposed to be a superstar, but now you're common.
I
You're a
mean,
common
I
fish.
I understand why that is a highly insulting thing to say
You
to
got damn
anyone.
right.
It is very insulting. However,
Call me no fish.
I'm a Pisces just like Tamar. The bitch is common because this is common behavior this is basic bitch behavior that she's doing to Tamar. From what I have heard, from what I've ascertained, something happened to her where she was not protected as a child.
Which is why I don't understand why he would use the language that he
And
used because it
and
was
that's how I know
disrespectful.
they had to have some type of friendship, whether real or fake, because he knew just where to dig and twist that knife. That
Yes, because you don't use that kind of behavior that kind of when I looked it up and I know what it is, it's gaslighting. It is people use it to gaslight. They use it as psychological abuse. People use it as an intimidation factor. They use it for grooming. When you sit there and you tell someone, right? Because I used to work in this area and I've been through DV. Okay. When someone sits there and tells you, no one's going to believe you. No one believes you. That is a form of isolation. It's a way of saying you need to have fear based on the
Mhm.
consequences that I'm going to serve you. Like that by itself took me to a whole different place.
I
Is
know it
being
did.
someone who's been in DV, right? Who has experienced domestic violence, who has been with other people. You don't say to a victim, okay? And I'm just being straight up, and I ain't fussing at you, Nikki. You don't say to nobody's going to believe you because there are thousands upon thousands of little kids who are right now, as we're having this, being told nobody's going to believe you. Nobody
Now,
believes you.
and
That right
you
there.
are right. You are right. That is absolutely true, but I think it's conflating the issues.
No,
So
he conflated the issues when he added that at the end because there was no need to do that. He had already spilled her tea. He had already done all of that. The stuff at the end was unnecessary. He
I
conflated
mean,
the
I don't
issue
think that
because
I
I
don't
can't.
think
I can't. Here's the thing, Nikki. I can't respond or react to anything that he did not put out there. So you can't wipe that out and say, "Well, Auntie, you're conflating the issue." No, if he hadn't have brought it up, if he hadn't have said it, and it was the
now
way
I
his body
get what
language,
he said. I get what he said. I
his
see
whole
why
body
that's
language shifted.
problematic. It was nasty. It was real bottom of the barrel. The reason that I am saying I'm not going, the whole nobody's going to believe you. I think it's conflating issues is because that's kind of the common theme of Tamar. Nothing she says people believes. Like the most I've seen people believe her is this whole situation with her and her sisters going back and forth about that niece. But other than that, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see, and people did not, from what I saw, people did not believe Tamar with this whole her teeth got knocked out or any of that. I don't think that what Tamar said by saying, well, I threw a friend a party, I don't think that that
Mm-hmm.
even warranted a response, let
Mm-hmm.
alone this response. I
Yeah.
feel like it needed to be the reverse. If you see that they dragging me and I say, friend, help me here, and you don't say nothing, but you saying everything about everything else,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the reason that you want, because my thing is now what I want to know, did Mendici do something to get a teeth knocked out? If it's true, see how you can
I
tell
don't
a,
I don't I don't I
but you
don't
can
care.
tell a lie, but you can tell a
I
lie and see how it snowballs. And now she's threatening
but
litigation and this
but
going
who says
on.
that
And
she's telling a lie? And the thing about it is there's no relationship that's inappropriate unless she's with a minor, which is why she can win her suit. Because there, if you are adult, consenting adults, right, whether he's married or not married, that her or her being in a relationship with him
it's not
is not
against the law.
inappropriate. Exactly. And that's where the
But
loophole
wait,
is.
dig this, Auntie. I do you
That,
one better.
oh, wait a
Do
minute.
you
Hold on,
want?
Nikki. Hold on, Nikki. I have somebody else that's here that has been waiting for a very long time. Can I
Oh,
bring her up?
oh, absolutely.
Okay, hold on, Nikki. Hi, LaDawn. Can you show me yourself in the background? You don't have to come on screen, but just make sure. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. What you got for us, LaDawn? Thank you so much for waiting. Me and Miss Nikki been talking, haven't we?
Auntie, I've been swinging for you. That's why I've been waiting because I've been swinging for you. You know why? Because I'm going to try to make it as simple and quick as possible, in my
Okay,
opinion.
good.
Because I
Take your
was on
time.
that.
Take your
I was
time.
on. I was on that live, Funky's live that night. Tamar said what she said about her teeth. He was on his live in
Mm-hmm.
his chat. His people kept asking, "We seen you in pictures with her. What happened?" And then they started adding it on thick because he kept saying, "I don't know what happened to that lady." and whatever. And then they said, well, did you do, you must have did something to it then, because you ain't trying to tell us nothing. And it just snowballed from there. He inserted himself, in my opinion, and this is what he does. This is his claim to fame.
Mm,
And I think he is disgusting. I used to watch him on the regular, but I think he is disgusting. He calls all women fish. He said that. He said that. Not this time. He said it last time. He said, you know what we call y'all? Fish. We call y'all women fish. So it is all women he called fish. He look at us like that. He uses us, okay? Because it makes him money. He's disrespectful and degrading. None of what Tamar said didn't warrant any of this venom. It's in him to be just this nasty no matter what it is. The punishment is not fitting the crime. Your own chat dragged you in it and accused you. She didn't insinuate now. Why any of those other men in that picture didn't get offended and go on their platforms and say, well, I didn't do nothing. Tamar cleared me too. Why? Because you got the messy chat that fed into it. And all this conspiracy theory, what if this happened? This is the problem right now. Because Tamar is an attention seeker or
mhm.
dramatic, as they say, she's good for reality TV because she's dramatic and all that, whatever. Everything she do now is wrong, and that's not right. And the
Mhm.
deflection comes not that him and Tamar bumped heads. It's the way he handles all situations. Claudia Jordan, Michelle Alien. It's the way he handled any woman that he felt any little slight. Say my name again. I'll talk about me again. They asked her a question during an interview, and she said it, and she didn't say his name. She didn't dog him. She didn't drag him. And he came out and even said about her mother's and father's biggest mistake was having her.
That
It
was
didn't warrant that. It
disgusting.
didn't warrant that. So
I
I'm not
worked with
going to
I
figure.
worked with a client that was told that, and that was why she ended up being promiscuous on the street doing drugs because she was told by someone, and that stuck with her.
Yeah, and he got a nerve because he's also told stories about how his mother treated him. So he got a nerve. Was you supposed to be here? I'm sorry. This is pissing me off because it's going too far. He got a nerve. He's disgusting. He's polluting the universe with his disgust. He's not a leader. And this is wrong with us now. We think every fight you got to go to the gutter and get nasty.
Yes,
It
I
don't warrant
agree.
that. It don't warrant that. All right? And I'm just sick of it. And I ain't got no excuse for him. Everything he said and did was wrong. He dragged himself in it because he need that is his claim to fame. I need drama. It sells with me because of my sass and the way I say it with his old ugly self. In my opinion, that's how I feel. This all came from him. She did nothing but do something to herself. If she want to lie on her teeth, that's her. That's her. She ain't the only one that's lying on the internet streets every day, all day. But because
You
they don't
right.
like her, they got so much disdain for her, they're overlooking this man talking as filthy as he is. That shows things about them, in my opinion. Because when I can't follow somebody, I can't ingest that. I had to stop watching him. Even if it didn't happen to me, I ain't gonna wait till it happened to me. I don't like how you do that to people.
Well, let me tell you something, LaDon. Can you do me one big favor? Can you
Yes,
say that's
ma'am.
her again? Can you say her?
Her. I'm from Boston.
Girl, I love that accent.
I'm from Boston.
I knew you was. Because you was like, that's her. If she wants to say that, that's her. I said, you better say her. Girl, you read. You read down. And I agree with you. Because that was my issue. It went too far. It went too far. And what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you call her fish, then you're going to call me fish. If you think that she's common, what's wrong with being common? Probably 100,000 people that watch you are what you would consider a common person. So is that somebody you look down to? Should you be ashamed? It was those things, right? Because again, I'm coming in neutral. But you don't have to do all this insulting. And while Tamar is a drama queen, I think the Retrograde album is just some garbage, like that little movie thing. That was just some garbage, right? She's gonna do her damage. But you were in agreement with it as long as you was in agreement with it. And then when Mad Day came, this is just me seeing it. Now you're gonna drag her and the whole universe along with her. Her mama, her daddy, the socks she got on, the dog. I just thought it went too far, Ladon. Ladon, I swear I did. I was like, this one just went too far. And now it takes away from,
Mm-hmm.
and then to say, but you know what, Yandy? You ain't got nothing to do with this, but it ain't my responsibility to cover for you and your child. But I want this bitch over here to cover for me. No, you can't have it both ways. It's one or the other. It's one or the other because these are innocent children.
Mm-hmm.
These are innocent children. Okay. Thank you so much, girl. You and Nikki B. You
Thank
and Nikki
you.
B gave me the tea and gave us something to think about. Okay. And like Angie, right, and I agree with that. He was in agreement with all the foolishness. He covered. He said, and then I with oh my god. So my people, you was in my DM. Ladon, was you in my DM? So here's the thing. He said we went out 3 or 4 times.
That part. Now that was the part. So that's where I feel like if you know, let's say this your friend, you know they doing dirt. Okay, if you got a real problem with it, if you got a
You
true
ain't going no
problem
more.
with it,
You might
you're
give me
not
that
going no
one
more the
time.
first time. It's gonna be that first time.
That
That
first
very
time,
first
next
time.
time you
And
ask me,
that's
I
gonna
ain't got
be
it to
it.
do.
That's gonna be it. Because
That's
the
it.
first thing I'm asking before you invite me anywhere, who gonna be there?
Yeah.
Who gonna be there? Because that's gonna determine if I'm going or not. I don't
Let
give
me
a
bring
damn.
Nikki B in. Nikki B.
I'm here.
Now what you got to say?
I feel like
Hold on, I can't have y'all unmuted at the same time. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute, what is going on? Okay, wait, hold on. LaDon. Oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do?
I'm
Okay,
muted.
who's
we can hear
muted?
you.
Can you,
I can
Nikki
hear you
B?
with yeah.
Nikki B.
You can't hear me, Auntie?
LaDon.
I'm here.
Okay, both of y'all there. Okay, so what you got to say, Nikki B?
I feel like as far as Funky, he knew what was going on the very first time, the same way he kept saying how he didn't really want to be there. I didn't want to be there that night. Y'all saw in the video, I didn't really, for the night that she threw him this alleged party. I didn't really want to be there. I didn't really want to be there. And even my mama said, well, why didn't you take your ass home then? So if you didn't really want to be there and it did not look like he wanted to be at that party, he should have left. That first time after Mendices was there when he didn't know he was going to be there, that should have been the end of him coming. If it happened the second time, he should have already had his car keys with valet and said, I'm leaving. Because if you sit back and you hold the secret that you can hold the secret and not air it out. But if you going to air it out, it shouldn't be no, this is the third, fourth time that you done pop Mendices up on me and I was very uncomfortable while you sat on his lap. And it's all these different situations to where her and Mendices were around him doing all of this stuff.
Yeah, he ain't
And
never said
even though he
nothing.
says,
It
he
wasn't
voiced his
inappropriate then, I guess. I guess it wasn't
right, but
inappropriate then.
oh, this what I was gonna say, Auntie. So this gonna be the gag, right? Now, I said I really do think that Funky should leave it alone because even though I don't, it doesn't seem like this is a lawsuit. It's kind of like, the initial letter, kind of like letting you know it could be a lawsuit. But what I think is gonna happen, the way that Tamar can win this case against him is
Mm-hmm.
if and when Yandy comes out and says her and Mendices have an open marriage. You know I ain't lying.
I said that. I said that the first time.
You
I
know,
know
as soon as she say that,
the first
because
time.
it can't, because it
Yes,
ain't
I
gonna be nothing
did.
inappropriate. Because the
Yes,
only thing
yes, yes,
inappropriate, only
yes.
thing that's
Okay.
inappropriate is that he married,
Yes,
right?
and if it's so, and here's the thing, right on the legal terms. Okay, having a little bit of knowledge about this myself. Who defines an inappropriate? If they are two consenting adults, it
Exactly.
is appropriate
As
When
exactly
DC
because
don't
for
wear
them
his
to
ring.
consent whether they're married or not. She's not married. He is married. So he's the one that would be committing adultery or whatever, not her.
not her.
Inappropriate has gonna have to be defined. So when Tamar comes back, when she comes out and says, "No, we did not have an inappropriate relationship," she is technically and legally correct.
She is. Because the same way that Candy and
In my
Todd
opinion. In
yeah,
my opinion.
yes, in my opinion. But the same way Candy and Todd, they would dibble and dabble, it wasn't inappropriate until apparently Todd did it without her permission. It was all fair
Yeah,
game.
right now
So
it's cheating.
now it's cheating,
Now
but
it's cheating.
that's always the thing. You can't I just feel like when you have a friendship with somebody, because I've fallen out with friends, and I mean, like, we had a brawl for it all on our way back from New York. We was rolling in the middle of the street, and I ain't never told none of her
No, he
business.
did say she. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me check this real quick.
Let's take
Because
a
I will go and find it in the transcript. Wait a minute.
My
Somebody just
friend.
said she said her lawyer used the term inappropriate. Funky just said they were doing what they were doing and that he was married. That is not correct. In the transcript on Funky's YouTube channel, I believe that he used the word inappropriate. That she was
And
in an
then
inappropriate relationship with Mendices. I believe. I can stand corrected, and I'll go back and look, and I'll put the timestamp in there if it's there.
and he also said they went upstairs and did and had stuff in her mouth, in her both ends. You didn't go up there. How do you know what they did when they went? They could have went up there and smoked a joint like I do. I'm just I'm
like
just
I'm
saying.
doing right now. You
You know what I'm
understand?
saying? Like, how you know what they went up there and did to insinuate so many things and allow people to run with it's craziness. He just putting his foot in his mouth. You know, it didn't have to get this far.
It didn't. It didn't. It just got too far too quick. And it just was like, I was like, ugh. You know, when you listen to something and you cringing, you almost feel like, God, I'm in a room with grown-ups having an adult conversation and I shouldn't really be in here. Let me go to the kids' table. It just was so cringy. It was so cringy. Thank you
You know
so much,
what?
Miss what is this? Miss Erica Nicole for the 199 super chat. Drop the link, Auntie. The people want to call it. Oh, I'm
Uh,
sorry. Did she get a chance to come up? Oh, here go you, Nikki B. Thank you, Nikki B, for the $2 super chat. Drop the link for your nieces.
Auntie, you know what somebody said? They said, let me see, they said, because they were talking about the 50 Cent is wrong for doing the documentary. And somebody said, well, let's take 50 Cent out of it. Let's say one of them clear people directed and produced it. Would you look at it the same and have the same feeling about what was happening and what the person was doing to people? Like,
Looked
you
at that
know,
documentary today. I'm not finished, but
whew,
that sucker
I
good
ain't
as I
finished
don't know what.
neither.
I
He is
couldn't finish
telling.
it. It was too much. I got to part two, and I was just so disgusted.
I ain't finished yet. I was nodding off. Try to keep my eyes open, like, wow.
I think it
All
would have
that
been
heat.
better if it would have come out before the verdict, because we all kind of know, you know.
No, I think that I think I loved it. I loved it. I'm gonna cover it. So don't be
I
mad
Good.
at
want to
me.
watch. I want to watch. I ain't never mad at
I'm
you,
gonna
Auntie.
cover it. It is so good.
Hmm.
It just is so much with like the Tupac and the Biggie stuff. I didn't know about all of that.
That's why I had to stop because I was just getting real frustrated because I'm looking back and I grew up on that stuff and as fine as Tupac was, child, and just took that oh Lord, just all of that talent between the both of them,
And
and
the
just
Biggie stuff when he was like, Biggie said that he didn't want to go, and Biggie was supposed to be going to the UK.
yep.
And oh my God, now
What
that I
about the
love me some
funeral? You paid for Biggie's funeral out his
and
own
build
estate.
them allegedly. Oh, I'm
Wow.
gonna cover that. I'm definitely gonna talk about that. But ladies, do y'all have any closing remarks? I thank y'all for coming up here.
No, this has been good. I'm so glad you dropped the link, Auntie. I be in the
Oh,
chat all the time. I just be quiet, but I be in there, girl.
You one of them, I'm gonna fall out the bushes on this.
Look, you was popping on. Auntie, calm down now. I know who's going on the road trip with me. I'll see
Mhm.
you later. Bye,
Okay,
y'all, on
thank
the
you,
channel.
boo.
all right now, Auntie, I want to thank you so much for dropping the link and being open to, differences of opinion. I truly appreciate it. Um, and for word of advice to everybody, don't be friends with Tamar nor Funky if you want to keep your business to yourself. And I'm gonna say bye to everybody on that note. Good
Okay,
night.
boo.
Take care, y'all.
All righty, baby. Bye. So, y'all, I'm hoping that what you say. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. Let's react to some of the comments. So Alina 81 said Tamar would have to sue him for slander and defamation, not inappropriate behavior. Tamar didn't sue him for inappropriate behavior. I think that she would, if she was going to be suing him, it would be on one of those. But thank you so much, Boo Boo. um Nubian Mahogany said, I can't stand to look at him. Okay. Okay. Sophie chats a lot. The verdict shows how he got away with so much. Part four is eye opening. Oh, okay. She's talking about something else. Okay. Um Soulful Journey 25 said, you can't do wrong to someone and tell them how mad they can get or retaliate. The best thing to do is treat others the way you want to be treated. Okay. Scorpion Baby 81 said fish is a term that is used within the LGBTQ community to refer to women. Yeah, I gave the definition earlier. Thank you so much, Scorpion Baby. Hey Tamika, love you, Auntie. Great job, cousins. They did do a great job, Tamika. Hey boo. Thank you so much, Minnie Frazier 4192 for the $10 super chat. Thank you, boo. Auntie, I'm enjoying your show tonight. The two queens was on point with everything. Love you, Auntie. Oh, thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Let me give all of y'all a good old song out here. Let me see if I can find one, child. Let me find. Let me. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Thank you for the super chat. Thank y'all so much for the super chat. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it said they wanted to get some more. Thank y'all so much for the super chats. I really do appreciate the love and the super chats. Know that your super chats go to help the channel. Super chats to give it to people who are I use the super chat to give to people who don't have, like a lot of us have, who may have a bill that they need to get paid, or you know what I'm saying, just for just a part that is given out back to this family and to the family members of Auntie's Advice. They don't have to do nothing. They ain't got to jump up and down. That I don't do no raffles or nothing like that. They hit me up. They tell me they got a need, and I meet the need with the super chat money. So thank you so much. A little goes a lot. You really would be surprised about how people are still in need, and even more so now. So thank you to everybody who gave a super chat. Thank y'all so much for being willing to even be here to listen to the conversation. Make sure you get down in the comments section, and I do usually respond to every comment, especially since YouTube has restored my comment section. I do go in and I interact with you in the comment section. If you have not already done so, hit that subscribe button so that every time I go live, you go live with me. Tomorrow we will be having an open and candid discussion about Todd and Candy, as Candy is now trying to seal her prenup and divorce petition. Why? Why is she doing that? We gonna talk about it. Okay, I love you all so much. As Ray Della said, thank you for being here, cousins. Hit that thumbs up on your way out, hype, and share the video. Thank you so much for everything you do, Ray Della, to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to have a discussion and chat in a very safe space. I love you all, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.